Hello, everyone, and welcome. Okay, what is happening there? And mute. Hi there, and welcome to the live stream. Today, we're going to be talking about the exciting world of French horn cases. Um, it's not as interesting as talking about the instruments, but we all have to carry our cases in something. And I've just been really into cool cases. So when I'm picking the cases that we want to try to carry, I'm always looking for things that are stylish and convenient. So we carry cases from Marcus Bonna and Wiseman. So first, let me talk about the cases that I own. So first up is this, the Marcus Bonna backpack. You might have seen a post I made on our Facebook page recently about how much I love this case. And I really, really love this case. It's the perfect case for flying. And that's because it is easy to get a lot of stuff in here. So, for example, I can put my laptop in. I can put my iPad in. I can put some sheet music into it. Not only that, I can take this portion and put snacks in it. I've got a mouse. I can also do things like put in my Bluetooth speaker, which I think the best way to use a metronome is to use a Metrophone app on your phone and a Bluetooth speaker. It's nice and loud and customizable. I have a laptop power adapter. I can put that all in. And then there's still room for my horn. So you want to use this case with a bell protector. You can get these starting at $89 on our website. A little pricey, but it's really important since the top of this case is not hard. This is what's going to protect your bell. This is what's going to protect your bell from everything on top of it. So, and then the horn goes in easily. This is my Medlin double, which is not the biggest Gaia wrap horn, but it's not the smallest either. And for those of you who are unaware, Gaia wrap horns tend to have a really big circle, so a lot of cases don't work really well for them. So in the bottom of the case here, I'm just going to go ahead and put my horn in. And I'm going to remove some of the accessories that I threw down in there. So the horn goes right on down in there. Then the bell with the bell protector goes on top. I can get my mouthpiece in the mouthpiece pouch. And there it goes. Not only I can get more in here if I wanted to, there's also room for a full orchestral portfolio, which you can fit right on top here. So you don't even have to have a separate bag for for your sheet music if you have one of those large folders. And you can also fit a mute in here. So if you want to put a mute in, it goes right here. And now I have a case that has my horn, a mute. I don't have an orchestral portfolio with me, but trust me, there's room in here for it. My iPad, my laptop, all of my practice accessories. What this does when flying is that all I need is this bag and a carry-on suitcase. And so I no longer have to check a bag when I'm traveling. Because this backpack, with as much stuff that's in it right now, it fits under the seat in front of you on an aircraft. Your carry-on goes in the luggage bin on top, and you are good to go. So yeah, that's why I love this backpack case. Now I personally have a few other cases that I'm going to show you that I use in different situations. Another case that I have is this. This is the Wiseman wooden case for French horn. I use this often when I'm going on road trips. So I play in a lot of regional orchestras. So I travel with my I travel by car with my horn a lot, and I use this case. The reason why is that this case doesn't flex at all. As good as Marcus Bonna cases are, they're made of fiberglass and there's a lot of flex in them. That makes them able to have a lot of unique shapes and functionality. But this is the case I trust when there might be a rogue suitcase flying into it. Or if you might be rear-ended lightly. I mean, if you're rear-ended hard, no case is going to help with that. But, you're in a fender bender. The case falls out of the back of the car. That happens when I'm going on vacation with my wife and kids. There's a ton of stuff in the back, and someone just opens the back carelessly and something falls out. This case will make sure your horn gets to its destination. Now, I know the look is polarizing. I like the look of the case. I know many people don't, and there only seems to be two opinions about it. Either you love this case or you absolutely hate it. You think it looks like a wine casket and you don't want to carry that on your back. But even though it's made of wood, it is really light. It is just as light as similarly sized Marcus Bonna cases. And the horn is held completely off of the sides. So that increases its protection. The horn is floating in the case. There's room for 3 mutes, so you can get a practice mute down here, a straight mute up here, and a stop mute over here. And your horn rests comfortably in this area here with room for mouthpieces. So you don't get to carry nearly as much stuff. There's no practical room for sheet music in this case. The manufacturer Wiseman says that you can put music along the bottom here. I have found that does not work well for multiple reasons. So I would go ahead and say you can't carry music in here. I have at times traveled with a damper mitt that I will put at the bottom. But aside from some mutes, the horn, mouthpieces, and some small oils in a Velcro attached pouch, you can't get like a laptop or an iPad or things in that case. So you're gonna have to carry another briefcase in addition to that case. Now let me tell you about something new that we've gotten into the shop. So this is the newly redesigned Marcus Bonna MB8M. So the MB8M, it looks a little fat, but that's really because of the shape. The squared off shape makes it seem wider here than it truly is. Because we compared it to a few other cases, and it is shorter than a Marcus Bonna MB5 or a Marcus Bonna MB7. This is what I would say, it's a hard-sided carry-all. Because you can get your horn down in here, you can get a practice mute or a straight mute here, you can get a stop mute here, and then you can get all sorts of accessories up in this pouch, such as a recorder. You can go ahead and put like a Bluetooth speaker, laptop charger, and all of that. Because this, because of the squared off shape, this accessories compartment is gigantic. You can put oils here under the bell. So let me show you real quick how this case works. So the bell goes right on top here. If you order this case, it comes with there's a hard, I don't know what it's made of, a hard thing that is Velcroed in here. That has to stay because the bell is secured on top of it. And therefore the bell is held at an angle instead of being straight. The horn goes down in the bottom. And then the real advantage to this case is that you get a nice big pouch on the outside. So this can hold your sheet music, it can hold etude and exercise books, it can hold a laptop, an iPad, all at the same time. So in a way, it's like the Marcus Bonna backpack case. You can carry a lot of stuff in this case. I don't own this case, and it doesn't work well for my particular needs, because I prefer to have the Wiseman when traveling by car. And because this is not as small as the MB backpack, you're not going to be able to get this under the seat in front of you. So this would have to be my carry-on if I was traveling on a plane, which means I would have to check another suitcase. Or I don't know, maybe you don't travel with many clothes and you can put your clothes in a soft bag that can fit under the seat. But that's not the way I like to travel. So, but yeah, this is a really nice case, and I will say I like it a lot more than some of our more popular cases. Again, such as the, let me switch the screens here. So if we're looking at our website, the MB7, so that's the MB5. That's a really popular case. But I like the MB8M a lot better than the MB5. And then we'll look up the MB7 here. So this would be the MB7 case. And even though the MB7 has some better curves to it, and some could say a better look, this case is just far more practical, in my opinion. This does not work with the largest wrap horns. So if you have a Rauch or a Hans Hoyer G10, instead of getting the MB8M, you'll need to look at the MB8. By the way, another advantage of the MB8 and the MB8M is that they work well with Yamaha horns. Yamaha horns have a very tall bell flare, so they don't work well in many cases, such as the regular MB7 and the regular MB5. For those cases, you really need the high compact versions. But the vanilla MB8 and MB8M work well with the Yamaha horns. So this is the MB8. It's a lot wider than the MB8M, but it is narrower. So it's not as wide here, but it is wider this way. The downside to that is that this is 24 inches wide, which is over the 22-inch limit for most airlines for their recommended carry-on size. However, because it's a musical instrument, they won't normally stop you. You'll be allowed to carry it on if it's a couple inches over, and there's room for it in the overhead bin. The big disadvantage of the MB8 over the MB8M is this top pouch here. So this, even though it's large in area, it's very, very shallow. So there's just less room. However, it is deep enough to get your laptop charger in. It's a little too shallow for my Bluetooth speaker, but yeah. So it's not as useful as the deeper pocket on the MB8M. And for one more case, so by the way, I don't own the MB8 or the MB8M. I do own the Wiseman and the MB backpack, so I have lots of experience with those. And I own this case. This is the MBS2. This is just about the smallest French horn case you can get. It's very small, it's very light, it's overall very convenient. This is my primary case for my descant horn. And the reason why is I'm able to get my descant horn in there. This is a soft top case, so I again would highly recommend that this case be used with a bell protector, and that will help protect it from bumps and things like that. What I can do is, if I'm carrying, I can carry my backpack on a plane with my double horn, because I usually have my double horn if I'm traveling with my descant, and this is almost always for a high horn audition. This is small enough to count as your personal item because it fits under the seat. So you can carry the MB backpack. I can carry my descant in this. I do have to check a bag when I'm traveling with my descant, but then I don't have to worry about either one of my horns being checked. My backpack is small enough that it'll always fit in the overhead bin. And this case fits right under my seat. It's if you are a professional or aspiring professional and you travel sometimes with a double horn and a descant horn, I would highly recommend that combination. Carrying an MB backpack in MBS2. And did I say that this is light? This is really, really light. And finally, here's a case I don't own. This is the MB Baby 4-2. And what I really like about this is it's really small and compact. But unlike the MBS2, this case is completely hard. So it's going to be protective while being compact. This is great if you don't care about carrying anything else with you. So if you don't care about carrying a mute in your case, or sheet music or an iPad, or anything like that, you just want the horn and you want whatever accessories will fit in this top pocket, this is best for you. And that is the ideal scenario for a lot of people, because what I haven't mentioned yet is when you put all of that stuff in the backpack or in the MB8M, it does make it pretty heavy, which is fine for me. I'm a big person. I would rather have a lot of weight on my back than having to carry it in my hands. But if you're not physically able, or if it's not comfortable for you to carry a bag with a lot of weight, then this is for you. Or the MBS2. You can carry your horn in a bag that's small and light, and you don't have to worry about all of that extra weight. You can put the extra weight in a suitcase that you get to that you can roll around. So yeah, I know this is different from my usual live streams. And it's gonna be a little shorter than my usual live stream because I'm actually packing to go to TBA tomorrow. It's gonna be the second big show that the shop has done since COVID happened. The first one was ITF that Dennis went to last week. But yeah, if you're going to be in San Antonio, come by the Texas Bandmasters Association conference. And you can say hi to me, Dennis, Karen, or Casey there. I will be carrying my Wiseman case because there's going to be a lot of other stuff in my car, and I need a case that's going to protect my horn well. And I always carry my horn because I'm not going to take, 3 days off. I can't take 3 days off for every conference I go to. I've got to figure out how to fit into practice. Let me see here. See, there are a couple of questions in YouTube. And let me check. While I'm here, let me check Facebook as well. Okay, so in Facebook I have, does the MB Baby 4 fit on Embraer planes? Yes, if you take a look at the profile here, it is very short. So you should have no problem fitting the MB Baby 4 in those small commuter planes. Okay, and here have from John Perez, I'm planning on getting a backpack case like the one you have, but are there any better ideas for high school / college students? So that's a little, for high school students, a lot of times they have to put their instruments, if you're taking it to your high school. I know some people will use their school provided instrument at high school and keep their own instrument at home, which is, if you can do that, that's what I recommend doing. But if you have to carry your horn to your high school often and you have to leave it in a locker, then one of the fully hard cases would be more recommended to me. I would go with the MB Baby 4 or the MB8/8M because they're both hard-sided. They're more protective, and then you just have to decide whether you want to just carry the horn or whether you want to carry your horn, mutes, lots of other things. And by the way, I'm not saying that the MB5 and the MB7 are bad. They're definitely really, really popular cases. Just in my opinion, I like the 8 and the 8M better. Now, if you're talking about cheaper solutions for high school and college students, you should take a look at the ProTech Deluxe. The ProTech Deluxe is protective. It has lots of room for accessories and music. And it's a good quality case. The only downside is that it is very bulky. It is very bulky and it is heavier than a Marcus Bonna case because it's not the same materials aren't used in construction. So if you want cheaper and you don't mind heavier and bulkier, then I would go with the ProTech iPack Deluxe. Okay, and then from Sean, I have, is the bell portion on the MB3 the same as the MBSD? No. I don't know exactly what the difference is, but we've had customers who have tried to swap it and it doesn't work. So it's not the same. It's not the same footprint. Okay, so I have another reply from John. Oh yeah, my mom who is a non-musician, wants me to keep my personal horn at home and use the school horn at school, but I fear having to switch from a Geyer to a Crispa all day. If you're keeping the same mouthpiece, I think you'll be fine. Because I mean, lots of professionals use different horns in different situations all the time. Like even for me, I always play at least 20 to 30 minutes on my descant horn every day, which is a very different feeling horn than my Medlin. You wouldn't want to switch mouthpieces all day. That would be a bad idea. But especially mouthpiece rim. But switching from a Geyer to a crisp butt, I think you'll be fine. As long as you're practicing your Geyer horn at home every day. Now, if you're not practicing every day and you're only bringing it out for concerts, then that's a whole different story. Okay, and that seems to be it for the comments. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me. Now I get to go back to the shop and help do some packing. And no live stream this Friday because, again, I'll be in San Antonio. But I will see you next Tuesday. Bye, everyone.